Hey everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to a new playlist. I'm hoping this will be the first video in a new playlist, and yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna start working on getting into an intermediate level of chainsaw carving tutorials, stepping our game up. So right now I think I'm gonna call this playlist Chainsaw Carving Stepping Your Game Up. Now, if you guys can figure out a better title, please comment below and let me know, but first watch the whole video so you can get an idea of what we're going to be going over, what we're going to be going through, and maybe we can get a title that's much shorter for this playlist, because I'm really good at making long titles and not short ones. So I could always use your help, and it's appreciated. Anyway, I've been thinking about it, and recently I put up like a short video about carving a bear like this and how I'm going to do a tutorial on creating a bear similar to this guy, start to finish with you guys. It might be a multi-part series out of a quartered log, you know, so we've cut that log into quarters. And I was thinking about it this morning. I was out here and I was working on this bear, you know, before I start the one that's going to be in the tutorial. And I was thinking, you know, let's just do a first video on this whole new idea that I kind of came up with this morning. Sorry, rambling. So anyway, what I want to create is a playlist for intermediate chainsaw carving tutorials. Now, you guys know I've got a lot of beginner videos, you know, your beginner blocking, using just a basic chainsaw with maybe one or two basic power tools. What I want to do in this video is start to really step it up, and step it up for you guys so that you guys can step it up as well. I say video, I mean playlist. Videos that are going to be added to the playlist this video's on. Now, what is that going to mean? Just so you guys can prepare yourselves, right? By now, if you're just beginning to carve, you should know safety shoes, chaps, earmuffs, right? It's good to get a pair of gloves. It's good to have a good dust mask. If you didn't know, I am an affiliate with RZ. I have a link down in the description of all my videos now. If you guys buy through that link, it helps support the channel, and I really do appreciate that. But RZ masks, I think they're the best. I've tried some other brands, and I really like the RZ masks. So be sure to check those out. All right, so safety gear, boom. The next thing you should really think about getting, if you do not have, is this jaw horse, because we are going to be using this a lot. All right, this playlist, this series, this is it. This is the guy. All right. This is how you create smaller pieces. If you want to step your game up and go from a very beginner noob, and you want to get out there and be able to really start creating a lot of pieces that you want to sell, you want to step up your business and step up your game, you need to be able to make your process a little bit faster. And having a jaw horse is a key component to being able to do that. It's also upgrading that jaw horse with these wooden clamps. All right, if you don't know how to do that, I've got a video on it in the beginners playlist. Now, chainsaws, it is preference. I like to run steel, okay? If you want to run another brand, that's fine. I'm not going to give you a hard time about it, but I run steel. Why do I run steel? Because a lot of parts are interchangeable. They're interchangeable. All right, this is my line of battery saws, because this is just what I'm running today. It's in the morning, and I'm trying not to make a lot of noise, but I got to get a few things done. When you're running gas saws, parts from your MS-170s can be swapped out with your MS-250s. So I could take a bar sprocket off of a 170 and put it on an MS-250. Now that has a smaller chain, smaller bar, it'll cut faster, and it's smoother. It's like butter. Running 43 gauge on an MS-250, I love it. If that's something you guys need, I do have videos on it, but we can always work on putting that together in this playlist. Back to these saws, battery saws, okay? Originally, the MSA 220C, I believe, came with a much bigger chain and a 16-inch bar. I sized it down. I think it was 50 gauge chain, 16-inch bar. I sized it down to the 43 gauge chain, 14-inch bar. Now, the 50 gauge was a 3/8, the 43 gauge is a 3/8, and so that sprocket's a 3/8 sprocket, and that all just, boom, lines right up. Now, the MSA 160 and the MSA 200 both already came with quarter pitch sprockets. So my 160, I put a dime tip bar, and my 200, I put a 12-inch bar, both running 43 gauge chain. Now, in this series, whatever saws you choose to block with, totally up to you. The 170 is great, the 250 is great, you know, or the 220 or the 200. As far as detail work goes, In this series, you're going to need a dime tip bar. We are going to use it a lot. If you want to use Cannon, go for it. I like to run steel. It's just what I like to run, okay? I think a lot of this stuff is preference. I've never had bars blow out. This bar is going on a couple years of me using it. I really think it just depends on how you maintain them and how you use them. As you can see, we've got some paint coming off the nose here by my thumb, but it's running well and it does what it needs to do. Now, turn your 170 into a carving saw. You got to put a 1/4 pitch sprocket on it and get yourself a dime tip bar, 2 carving chains. Turn the 160 into a carving saw, get yourself a dime tip bar and 2 chains. It's already got that 1/4 pitch sprocket, okay? Now, if you're going to go battery, I recommend battery saw. I recommend 2 batteries, at least the AP300 or the AP300S, okay? As you can see, I got multiple batteries. So there's saws. Saws, jaw horse, safety gear. You need a torch of some sort, whether it's the 1-pound propane torch from Coleman, or you use a big tank for your grill and you get yourself this setup right here. This thing is pretty awesome. Can't remember what it's called, but I will have links. Turbo torch. I will have links through Amazon to tools that I can. Again, it's an affiliate link, so it helps support the channel if you guys purchase things like the jaw horse or the torch or some of the tools we're going to go over in a minute. Now, I'm going over these tools, right? Maybe you don't have them yet, but again, these are tools we are going to use often and in all the videos that are going to be in this playlist. Okay, so let's come over here to my tool rack. What I like to do, I run a lead cord and I have a power block, right, or a power strip. Okay, this is great. Something gets wet, something shorts out, it pops that breaker. You can remove that tool, right? Hopefully you don't get shocked. Sometimes you get going and a cord gets wrapped around a tool, rips your line, pops that breaker, you don't get shocked. I run everything off of a little breaker, little power strip, okay? I know it's a mess, but it's my mess. Anyway, you're gonna need a drill, all right? I like this DeWalt, and I have this extension with a slider that I've created and a Sandaflex sander. You need something like this. You can create your own flap sander or you can buy the Sandaflex. Totally up to you. I have videos on both of those. These I have 2 of these available and I'm going to put them on my Etsy store very soon. So if somebody's interested in these, let me know. It's just an extension, okay? So it's an extension piece with this handle that me and another guy have created. If those first 2 go quick, then I'll work on getting some more up and getting them on there and available. All right, guys. So next, die grinder. I've got 1, 2, 3. I use 2 at a time at the most. All right, sometimes 3. I guess it depends on the project. Now, I buy die grinders from Harbor Freight. All right, anywhere from, depending, you can get them on sale, $50 to $75. The new ones might even be $70 to $80, the new brand. But they run well. You blow them out after the end of your day, and these will run your burrs, okay? I like 2. This is why I do not have DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee die grinders, okay? Because they can be $150 to over $200 each when I can spend $75 each and at least have 2 running. This speeds up my time and saves me time because I don't have to keep swapping out burrs to do different stuff. All right, so just keep that in mind. If you can accumulate 2, awesome. If you can't, no worries, just run 1. Now burrs. Oh, also a Dremel. The Dremel 4300, pretty good. I don't mind it. I was disgruntled about this brand early in my carving career because the Dremels kept burning out. Well, I didn't realize that Dremel had such an amazing warranty and customer service center until last year or the year before when I told them, hey, these keep burning out. What is the deal? And they said, send it in, we'll fix it or send you a new one. And they did just that. They fixed. I had 3 burned out Dremels. They fixed 1 and sent me back 2 brand new ones. Awesome, awesome customer service. So keep your receipts and put them in a file. You know, if you're doing this as a thing, like if it's a business, you should be saving that stuff and keeping track of what you purchase, okay? Anyway, die grinder burrs. Those are 1/4 inch shaft. All the burrs that I run, all my burrs, I'll say it again, all my burrs are Saburrtooth brand. I do not run other brands. I run Saburrtooth, okay? Now, this is a 1/4 inch shaft, 1/2 inch green, I know it doesn't look green, but green coarse flame burr from Saburrtooth, okay? This burr I use on every carving. I will almost never take this out of a die grinder. It almost always stays right in this die grinder, and this is what I use all the time. It's got some nicks in it. I've had this burr for years, okay? It's about due to swap it out because I've dropped it, I've smacked it, it's missing teeth. Those things are what happen though. Years of use, it happens. Now the next one, this is not a must, but if you want to crank out a lot of pieces that are going to sell quick, this will make eyes so much easier. And this is called the crosscutter burr from Saburrtooth, all right? So it's a concaved thing, and you can make these small eyes. I believe this is their 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. And it is really, really great for making small eyes, which I'm going to show you eyes here in just a minute. Now, another one is the eye cutter burr from Saburrtooth, all right? This has the whisper bit in it, in the Dremel, all right? So it's an 1/8 inch shaft. This is great for cleanup work. This is something that you're definitely going to want if you want to start stepping that game up, getting into details, and really start honing in the eyes and the face of your bear and other details that we'll get into, like if we want to get into claws and paws and little details that make your piece stand out, which can help you command a higher dollar for your art form, okay? So right there, some really, really great stuff. Now, you get into an angle grinder. I don't use angle grinders a lot, but I do once in a while on bigger pieces. All right, paddle switch angle grinders are great. These are 2 Harbor Freight brands, Bauer and Hercules. That, again, Harbor Freight, man. You pay for that 2-year warranty. It burns out, you take it back. It's that simple. Disc-wise, again, Saburrtooth discs. They are expensive, but they last if you take care of them. I tend to always run the green discs, and I do have one orange if I have some shaping I've got to do. Now, what else? I think that kind of sums it up. As far as paint, right? If we're talking about bears and things like that, Rust-Oleum or Krylon is the best. Right now, I've been just using this really cheap stuff, but we can get into that when we get in-depth videos. Something else that's good to have on hand, guys, is either a crayon like this one from Home Depot with the red graphite in there or whatever it is, and a red crayon like this. This is a Dixon lumber crayon or wood crayon. Great to have so you can mark things up and see, you know, kind of what you want to do as far as drawing things on your piece if needed. What else? I'm trying to go over everything so that like we can be prepared for these future videos. So eyes, right? Eyes aren't just done when you paint the bear black. We have some different brushes. You're going to need some small brushes and some different things like that, because I'm going to help you guys paint eyes the way that I do. And as far as those brushes go, you're going to use those with water-based paints. This is just the stuff I get at Walmart, Apple Barrel, okay? Cheap acrylic-based paint. I'm going to get like this brown color for the eyes, a black, and I'll also have a white. That is all that. What else? Oh, a clear coat, because when we finish our bears or carvings or whatever it is that we're working on, we need to let everything dry as far as paint goes, and then we need to clear them. And I like to use a Minwax Helmsman, all right? That is an exterior polyurethane. I put on a couple coats, sprayer brush, and it works really, really great. And yeah, I like using it. So I kind of think that's it, you guys. That's kind of the basics. Hopefully, if you're already running saw, you know you've got your sharpening tools, you have your adjustment tools and things like that. Like I said, we're moving into the intermediate kind of playlist. That's what I'm hoping to do here. If you guys have anything you'd like to add or discuss, or you know, just help me out with the title of this playlist, comment below. I'm always interested in your feedback, and I want to help you guys grow as we continue to work on our art and continue to share those things. We're not done, because I told you I'd show you the eyes. So, crosscutter burr. That's the concaved one. All right, you get these nice round, quick eyes and a bear that we can sell for about 100, 125 bucks once you get it to this point, okay? And this depends on your area. Like when I talk about prices, it depends on where you live. It really does. Now, I do know another carver who could carve a bear about this size, and he can get $300 to $350 for a bear like this. I can't even come close. I do have a local store though. We'll price these at $125 for customer price. Okay. They get a wholesale price because they buy a bunch off me, but it's based off that $125 sale for this bear. Now this bear would hold a fishing pole, a flag, or a marshmallow stick. All right. This fella. Now, we talked about the quick cross-cutter burr for those quick round eyes, but if you want to get more detailed in a bigger piece, this is where the flame burr, all right, the big flame burr from Saburrtooth and this little eye cutter come in. All right, you're able to get in here and create layers and depth. Adding details to your bear can help bring the price up. Right, you put a little bit more time in and you can command a bit more money for the pieces you're creating. So hopefully this is getting you guys pumped up, getting you guys ready. Hopefully you'll be able to purchase some of these things if you don't have them already and kind of prepare yourself for these future videos. I am hoping by next weekend, because I'm hoping to get this video out today, Sunday, hopefully by next weekend we are going to do our first video blocking this guy out. All right, possibly on Saturday, and then I just got to see how the week goes. If I can get all those videos out, maybe we'll do 2 videos on the weekend. I don't know. That way, there you can get a Saturday video blocking this guy out and going over furring. All right, and basic design, and then the next video will be more of that detail work and finishing the carving. So, again, guys, I really do appreciate you guys that are into this stuff, that watch and hit subscribe, that become members to the channel. I really do love your guys' feedbacks, everybody hitting thumbs up, and it really is encouraging to just keep going with YouTube. I'll be honest, sometimes it is frustrating, but you know what? Knowing that my videos are helping some of you, even if they help 1 or 2 of you, it's worth it. And I really do enjoy it. So give me a thumbs up, guys. Hit subscribe, hit that bell, hit all. Make sure YouTube notifications are on. 1, it helps the channel grow, but 2, you're not going to want to miss these future uploads. Taking the next step in chainsaw carving and helping you guys step up your game and step up your small business. So hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you guys later.